Okay, here we go. Hamish's screen
Okay,
is
so
loading.
we're
So we're going to be covering sales funnels, and Hamish is going to go through and explain how a sales funnel is done. Um, so just do you want to just start walking through the sales funnel, Hamish?
okay. Yeah, so me and Tom created this sales funnel over the last week, and basically what we did was we chose a product on ClickBank, so a low end offer, so a lower price product that we can then go and collect leads, send them to that, sell our product, and then send them to a higher end product, so a higher cost product that we can sell them and make even more money off them. Okay, so if you want to have a look at this, you can go into the members area here and you'll see sales funnel level one, how to design a sales funnel. So if we click on that, I've made it so that you can all see it. You'll see the sales funnel here. So it's quite simply put. So first thing we do is we send traffic. So we can either send traffic using Google AdWords, Facebook advertising, Commission King, however we like. But we're sending traffic to doubleyourlikes.com. So we've got our affiliate links here at the top. Okay, so that's directly from ClickBank and the embed link here. Now we haven't created the funnel yet, but that's our next step. We've just designed it. It takes a little bit of time to design the upsells and make sure everything's perfect, make sure it makes sense, and make sure that it's going to actually work. Okay, then once we actually start using the sales funnel, so once we've created it, then what we're going to do is we're going to start testing traffic to it. So testing different types of traffic. So we test paid traffic, Commission King traffic, Facebook traffic, Google traffic, traffic from different sources, and see what converts with the sales funnel. And then the next thing we'll be doing is testing which upsells work. So we've got an upsell in there at the moment, and the next thing we would do is try different upsells, split test upsells, so that we can see which one actually sells better to the leads that we generate with this wlikes.com. Okay, so let's have a look at it first. What I've done here is you can see when we send traffic to wlikes.com, so that's our affiliate link. When we send traffic to wlikes.com, we either make the sale or we don't. If we make the sale, we go the green way. If we don't make the sale, then we go to the red way. Okay, so let's go red first. So if they click out of the window and want to leave the page, then they've taken the red option. Okay, then what we want is an exit pop-up to come up and give them a special one-time offer. So an exit pop-up comes up, says click here to get 1,000 likes for just $1. Only 10,000 likes to give away. So it gives them a bit of urgency as well. Okay, so if they click yes to that, then they come to our one-time offer special price on wlikes.com. Okay, so you get 1,000 likes for just $1. Okay, so I'm going to show you the design of these pages as well, but I'll just explain it quickly before I do. Okay, so if they say no to that, to the exit pop-up, then they're immediately taken to a page saying to the thank you page, which says no. Okay, so enter your email for your chance to win a free social media enhancement pack valued at over $5,000. Now we haven't worked out the specifics of that yet, but basically we want to give them something for free just to encourage them to put their email address in, so that we do get something, and then we can repeat sale. We can use them to sell to later. Okay, so we can try and make a sale off them down the track. Add them to an autoresponder sequence or something like that, so we can try and get some money back there. Okay, I'll show you that too in a minute. Okay, so you can see that. So wlikes.com, if they go no, the exit pop-up comes up. Get 1,000 likes for just $1. That's the special one-time offer. If they say no, then we try to collect their email with a special prize or giveaway or something like that. Now, if they do buy something from wlikes.com, then what we do is we want to upsell them to a higher end product. So wlikes.com is going to be maybe a $70 product. The next one's going to be a one-time offer on, say, a $200 product. Okay, so that's SEO gladiators. Okay, so what we're doing is trying to find a product that actually fits with the WLikes Facebook product. Okay, so wlikes.com is this product here. So what it does is it teaches people how to get more likes onto their Facebook page. Okay, now everybody knows that marketing on Facebook is one side of the picture. Okay, so what I did was I tried to think of something that would fit in nicely with that. So if we have a look at this, we've got the one-time offer is SEO Gladiators. Now that's all about getting your website ranked on Google, getting it on a good position on Google so that you get traffic from Google as well. Okay, so Tom, are you checking questions as we go through? If you want to stop me if anybody's got any specific questions. Okay, if anybody's got any questions on the way through, then just go ahead and ask me. I will stop, but I'll go through it in more detail in a minute. Okay, so W Likes is about Facebook, and then what we're doing is we're sending them over to SEO Gladiators, which is this company here. So we're an affiliate of both of these products. SEO Gladiators is actually a friend of ours, so that we're a business partner. So he's actually set up the affiliate deals directly with him. W Likes is simply straight through ClickBank. Okay, so SEO is about getting your search engine optimization, getting your website ranked. Okay, so I've created a little page, so I've designed some pages for that as well. Now, after they've decide to go for that, they go to the order page. If they don't decide to go for that, we can send them to the special offer page. But again, we have got their email already because they have bought wlikes.com. Now here, if they go for the one-time offers, so the 1,000 likes for $1, then we can go and upsell them to the one-time offer on SEO Gladiators after that. Okay, so really the wlikes.com offer is a qualifier. If they spend some money there, then we know that they've got the credit card out. They might be willing to buy something else. Okay, that's the big thing. So it's kind of a qualifier. So you kind of sell them a $50 product or even $1. If they've got the credit card out, they're more inclined to actually buy a higher end product. Okay, so that's the psychology behind it all. Does anybody have any questions about that? I'm going to go through it a little bit more detailed and show you the pages within each of these in a minute. But you can also all jump on there and have a look at it as well. I've made all of these links available for you, so you can click through and have a look at each one of them individually. Okay, so Guy has asked the question: what does OTO stand for? OTO stands for one-time offer. So this is a one-time special price. So because they're on that page, they've clicked away from it. So they've been on wlikes.com. They've clicked away, so they've clicked exit the page. We give them a special one-time price on 1,000 likes for just $1. That gets them, gets the credit card out, kind of thing. Okay, if they click yes for that, then they go to the sales page where we've set up a separate page for that special offer. If they accept that, then they get upsold to the one-time offer on the. So we're selling this as a one-time offer as well. So 50% off the SEO Gladiators offer because they've bought through us wlikes.com. Okay, so I'm going to go through it through each page individually. I'll just try and explain it very, very easily as well as I go through. So they're starting here, wlikes.com. Say they buy something here. So they buy one of our products from there. Actually, we'll go the other way first. So the exit pop-up comes up. Okay, if they buy off here, or if they go through to that and click yes, then they're going to see this page here. Okay, so this is just a quick design that I've done. Okay, and put some copy in here as well. So your last chance to get 1,000 likes for just $1. Okay, we're basically giving these away, and your company needs them. We're giving away a total of 10,000 likes, and to put the scarcity factor in there, only 3,000 left. Click here for your last chance to get this once-off deal. Okay, they'll click through that, go to the order page. Okay, so we're just putting a number in there to give it more scarcity. Okay, so that's all you have to do now. I get we can design all this through Fusion HQ, which I believe is what Tom's shown you before. They've actually got templates here that you can use to do it. You just have to put your affiliate links and things in. So that's what we're going to be doing over the next couple of days. So we can show it all through to you next week. Okay, so they go and buy the likes. If they click yes and buy the likes, then they're taken to this one-time special price on SEO Gladiators. So we'll click on this one, have a look at that. Okay, I put some copy in there as well. So all I've said is the internet equals Facebook plus Google. Okay, now you've started marketing on the biggest website on the planet, but not the only website. Most successful companies not only market with Facebook, but also spend 50% of their marketing budget on the most important search engine in the world, Google. What have you done to rank your website or get your company on Google? This could more than double your traffic. Because you're a customer of Build Social Fast, not Build Social Fast, of Double Your Likes, you have the one-time chance to get 50% off your search engine optimization. And who better than SEO Gladiators? Click here to get this one-time offer. Okay, they click to that and then they go to the sales page. Okay, so if they click no to that and no to our one-time offer on wlikes.com, what they actually where they go next is to this special offer. So like a prize, they go in the draw to win, $5,000. Well, I haven't worked out the details for that yet, but it's going to be something along those lines, a few $1,000s on a social media makeover, something like that. Okay, so we'll have a look at that. So I've just created a quick page for that as well. Okay, free social media enhancement pack valued at over $5,000. Enter your name and email below for your chance to win. So they enter their name and email. Okay, what you'll win: full social media makeover, website redesign, social media integration package for your business. Okay, $3,000 worth of paid traffic, search engine optimization for your business. Okay, so we've got to make it sound enticing for them to put their name and email in. Okay, once they've put their email in, then they'll be added to an email sequence where we can actually, in a week's time, automatically have another products sold to them. Then give them some free stuff as well, give them products and free stuff. So basically, just add them to an email sequence where we actually try to continue to sell. Steve said, where do you get the 1,000 likes you offer for $1, and did you create the pop-up? We can use Commission King to do that. Otherwise, there's other companies that you can get free likes from. Okay, and Steve has asked, and did you create the pop-up? Yeah, the pop-up is easy to create. You can create it through Fusion. Okay, so you can see here, this is an exit pop-up. Okay, so it's going to be a little page comes up. We put our text in there. So what happens? So we put our copy in there. What happens if they click to exit this first page? Then it's going to come up with the pop-up. If they click yes, then it's going to go to the one-time offer. If they click no, then it's just going to exit. If they click yes to this, then it's going to go to the one-time offer. Okay, so this is basically, if we have a look at if we have a look at this, it's kind of the same. I've just made it a little simpler. Okay, instead of creating new pages, we're just going to send traffic to the same pages. So if we start at wlikes.com, that's the start there. Okay. If they click to exit that, they get the pop-up that comes up. That's the pop-up there. If they click, if they accept and buy through wlikes.com, then they get the special offer here, which is the one-time offer. Okay, if they go from the exit pop-up to the one-time offer, then we get this here. What I've actually added is if they go from the exit pop-up and click away, then we actually have another one coming up. Okay, so this one's actually down here. So if they click away from the exit pop-up, it goes to the special, the special social media enhancement pack. Okay, if they do go to that, then they go to the one-time offer. But these one-time offers are the same. Oh wait, so those two are different. So this is the next one-time offer. And then that just goes straight through to the order page. And then that one's actually connecting down to this one here. So it's a bit like that. And then we can delete that one there. Okay, so we've got the start, we've got the one-time offer, we've got the exit pop-up, goes to the one-time offer. This one actually goes to that one-time offer up there. Okay, and then this one-time offer goes to the sales page. And then these two we don't actually need. Okay, so we can create it all through Fusion very simply. Now, does anybody have any questions about that? Okay, is anybody confused at all about that, or does everybody completely understand? This is a very simple but effective sales funnel, because the most important thing is we're qualifying people with a low end offer and then upselling them to a higher end offer. Okay, so from this one time special offer, we actually will make more money with that than we would with this initial offer, but it's just a qualifying offer. Okay, but the thing is that what we wanted you guys to get out of today is just the planning of it, because once you wrap your head around this and actually use a little plan like this to actually work out what's going to happen, it makes so much more sense. If you go ahead and just try and create this from scratch, it doesn't make sense. It's very difficult to wrap your head around. Like I've done that before, and it's actually it makes things so complicated. You need to work out the scale of things as you go along. So people come in on the low end offer, get upsold to a little to a little one time offer, okay, and then you make a lot more money. Okay, Steve says that is too cool. Can't wait to use it. Carol says I understand. Okay, Go has said, Tom, are you saying up to this point we just need to plan and not apply them yet? No, what I'm trying to teach you is that you need to plan this out before you apply it. So the next step is for us to apply it. Okay, this took me, a couple of hours to create. Okay, and make sure that I found the right products for each level of the upsell. Okay, and then also have that special offer here that if they don't buy anything, then we still collect their email. Okay, what we actually don't need is that link there, because once they've bought in here, we've got their email. Okay, so there's no point in us having an exit link here, because they've already bought something from us. Okay, so the next step is for us to apply this and create basically this here using Fusion HQ or whatever you want to use. But yeah, it's just a very simple way to put it out. Okay, Davis said, "Do you have any rules about rules for finding a product?" The most important thing to do when you're doing a sales funnel is make sure that they work together. Okay, if I was to go and sell, Facebook likes on the first one and then go and sell Facebook likes on the second one, they're obviously not going to work together. What I did was I knew that I was going to be selling Facebook on on the first one. So what I did was I was like, well, what's the other big side of marketing on the internet? Or what's another big part of marketing on the internet? So I thought, Google SEO, okay, and then I just thought of that. So the upsell process here. So the internet equals Facebook plus Google. Now you've started marketing on the biggest website on the planet, but not the only website. Okay, so I'm not putting down the fact that they've already bought that. Okay, I'm not telling them, that they bought the wrong thing or anything. I'm actually telling them that there's another side to the internet as well. So the most successful companies not only market with Facebook, but also spend 50% of their marketing budget on the most important search engine in the world, Google. Okay, what have you done to rank your website on Google? What have you done to rank your website or get your company on Google? This could more than double your traffic because you are a customer of W Likes. You have the one-time chance to get 50% off your search engine optimization and who better than SEO gladiators? Okay, Maria has said, what if you're not using Fusion? What you can do is just create little pages. What have you been using to create pages, Maria? Because we're using ClickBank, it makes it very easy. All we've got is our affiliate links, so we don't really have to create many pages. It's more just redirecting the pages after the sale to, to our upsells. Okay, so you're using Aweber, and you can easily create pages with that, Maria? Okay, and niche profit classroom. So you should be able to create pages fairly easily with that, Maria. Okay, so did anybody have any? Sorry, over the next. So before next week's webinar, I want some people to go ahead and try and create something along the lines of what I've created. Choose some different products, okay, and create this little sales funnel here. Okay, if you want to go to the next step, then actually start creating the pages, and then I want those people who do create it. Hopefully, all of you attempt it. But for those of you who create it, I want you to share it on next week's webinar so that we can see your sales funnel. I'll point out anything that needs to be changed. We'll have a look at the products and everything along the way, and just make sure that everything works well together. Make sure that you've got the right copy in there as well. But go ahead and try and create that. I'm gonna create the sales funnel, the actual sales funnel, so that you guys can see it actually work. You can step through it yourself. You can see how I've created the pages. And then, yeah, we'll also have a look at your plans. And then the next week, you guys can create the sales funnel as well. Okay, Go has said in CK we create pages and capture pages and incorporate them in Facebook. Right, that's one of the techniques of Commission King. So you can do that. That's one of the best way to actually capture leads with Commission King. Okay, and then upsell them to a product. So yeah, that is one way to do it. Okay, Maria said, I've just had a capture page made from a gentleman from Fiverr for $5. It looks great for my lawyer lead generation company. Yeah, that'd be good to have a look at if you want to. If anybody's wanting to share what they've done over the last couple of weeks. So let's just go back and have a look. Okay, so has anybody started any AdWord campaigns, and has anybody created their capture pages that they want to share with the group? Okay, Mac has asked just a quick question. How do you determine the prize? Oh, sorry, what the prize is? Your offer seems extravagant. Yeah, Mac, I'm playing around with that. As I said before, that's not going to be the prize. For a $50 product, I'm not going to give away $5,000 worth of product. But yeah, you want something very enticing that they will go ahead and put their email in. Okay, it's just for those that didn't buy something. Okay, because if they've come through that funnel, then they are probably interested in buying something in that niche, but maybe not right at that time. Maybe in a week's time, maybe 2 weeks' time, maybe in a month's time. But if you've got their email and you add them to an autoresponder sequence, you can actually sell to them later. Okay, so Maria, you want to share something? It'd be cool to see your sales funnel, and if anybody started any Google AdWords campaigns as well, it'd be good to see what results you've had, or just see what keywords you've chosen for your niche. Maybe we can all give you a hand, making sure you've chosen the right ones. Okay, so I'll start with Maria and make you a presenter. Okay, Maria, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Maria?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Can everybody hear it okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So I went to a company called Fiverr.com.
Yep.
And hey, this website will do just about anything for $5. And sometimes it takes they call them gigs, and so sometimes they'll do more than 1 gig. It'll cost more than $5. But so I gave him some basic information, and this is what he sent back for $5, and it has a lawyer with a video from YouTube talking about why you need a lawyer or a lawyer in your town and how to protect yourself. So I just wanted to share it and let everybody know that there's lots of opportunities if you're feeling like you're getting stuck because maybe you don't know how to do it yourself. There's people out there that'll do it for really inexpensive.
That looks like a great capture page. And did you come up with the copy, or did they come up with the copy?
What I did was I gave an example of the actual capture page that we did on the webinar, and this is what he came back with.
Okay, cool. And has he have you hosted that yourself? Like, have you got that on a website already, or has he just given you? Sorry?
No, I just got it back today, but I do have a website. I have a domain name that I am going to host it on.
Okay, so you just need to upload it, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. That's really good. And yeah, that looks like it'll capture a lot of leads. And which town were you going to target with this?
I'm actually going to target Boise, Idaho.
Yep. And you've checked out the competition.
I'll show. Yeah. There was 6 ads out of. I think there was like I want to say 300,000 people.
Yep.
Just to give you a couple other examples, these are the examples that he gave back to me. He gave me 3 choices for $5, and so this is one of them. And then the last example was here. So some of the people do really amazing work for $5. So
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Those are perfect capture pages. You don't need anything, more complicated or anything than that. That's just perfect. So the
mhm.
information you need on there, and you're capturing the name, email, and phone number as well. And you know how to integrate the uh, autoresponder. So the capture, the subscribe button, and everything.
I think I do. I was playing with it today, trying to get my welcome page and have them verify for the subscription
Yep.
and a thank you page that connected to my website. Um, and then from there, I'm just kind of playing with it. So any information, if you want to give, would be recommended or highly recommended to me.
Well, the only thing you need to do is put that on a website and incorporate the opt-in form, and then you just
Okay.
AdWords to start doing. Maybe if you we'll get the website up there and everything. Start your AdWord,
Mhm.
and we can have a look at the keywords that you're going to use for that next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be great.
But yeah, try and work out. Have you got a list of keywords that you're going to start using?
I have, yeah, I wrote a list of them and things like, um, I don't have them with me. I'm sorry, they're in my car. So,
Yeah.
but I have made a list of them. I've been using a keyword tool and checking to see what the competition is and uh, what the market looks like and the price, the cost per click.
Yep.
So I do have about 5 of them in mind.
Okay, great. All right, excellent. Okay, so did you have anything else you wanted to share, Maria?
No, nope, that's it.
Okay, great. All right, well,
Oh, I do have one question. I'm sorry.
yep.
I'm looking at this for dentists and doctors and maybe different things. How would you approach the capture page for somebody like a dentist or a doctor? But because of course you're not looking to give somebody free legal or free lawyer advice. What would you recommend as far as maybe for dentists and doctors on a capture page on how to get somebody to put their information in?
It could be something along the lines of, teeth whitening consultation. Okay.
Mhm.
Or even just an over the phone consultation or a quote for some of the offer the services they offer. Maybe
Okay.
more cosmetic rather than medical,
Okay.
because that does sell
Okay.
more on the internet, and people who are looking for that have got spare money, because you're obviously not wanting to find somebody who's got no money who wants a free dentist. Um,
Right. Okay.
that's not going to be the person you're going to generate the right leads from. But something more cosmetic. So teeth whitening services, plastic surgery or Botox or something for doctors. You'd need to target the right doctors for that as well, obviously.
Okay.
Okay, so you
Perfect.
need to
Thank you very much.
those things. All right. Well, I'll stop I'll stop you as presenter now, and I'll just see. I think we've got somebody else who wants to share as well. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks very much. That's great what you've created, Maria.
Thank you.
Okay, so who else wanted to? So I think we've just got a question. Okay, Go said, what leads for retail broker, insurance broker, and travel agency? Would leads for retail broker, insurance broker, and travel agency be good ideas? Yeah, definitely good ideas, Go. So retail broker, you'd obviously be looking at people who are looking for free, real estate or insurance broker. So real estate advice or insurance broker, insurance advice. Maybe for small businesses, maybe home insurance, contents insurance. A free quote for these services is a great way to do it as well. Okay, and I'm sure most insurance brokers and everything would be giving free quotes. They definitely would. All you'd have to do is look at their website. I'm sure they've got all the prices there for everything. Travel agencies, free quotes, maybe. What could you offer to get? I don't know, maybe give some ideas for good trips, okay, or good specials. Tell them there's a hot special on a trip to Europe at the moment. You really have to think about it, and try different things as well. Try a few different pages, create a few different pages, see what ones actually convert, so which actually get the leads, and use those pages. Okay, and as I said before, you want to test the ads as well. Test the ads. If keep the highest converting ads. Always swap out the lowest converting ad. Okay, and create another ad. Always try and beat that highest converting ad. Okay, so did anybody else want to share their mind map or their capture page or their AdWords campaign or even their keyword research? Okay, so does anybody get any further questions for what we've covered today? Okay, Carol said on our lawyer advice capture, does it matter that we may be giving a divorce lead to an accident lawyer? Should we do something to determine what type of lead it is? You want to try and make it targeted, but also speak to the lawyers. If it's a considerable law firm, then they'll probably have different departments. If it's a small law firm in a small town, then they probably deal with a lot of different things as well, or they're probably willing to deal with a lot of different cases because they might be one of 3 law firms in the town. Okay, and they've got to deal with all the customers of that town, and they don't want to be too specific because they can't, simply because there's not enough lawyers in that. Not enough incidents in that specific field. Okay, so you need to. So does it matter if that we give? So if it was a small town, there's only 3 law firms. Okay, and I'm giving a divorce lead to an accident lawyer. Likely chances are that accident lawyer is probably going to be able to do a divorce. Be able to deal with the divorce lead as well. Okay, Mac has said, how do you avoid sending a lead to a lawyer who's not willing to give a free consultation? You need to test the lawyer. So say that you've created these leads. Okay, you've created them and they're up for a free. They want a free consultation. You haven't locked in a lawyer before you started creating these leads. That's the thing. Okay, call the lawyer. Say you've got leads. You want to start sending them somewhere. Okay, if they're saying, well, $100 for a consultation, then say, okay, well, I'll call the next lawyer. Okay, most lawyers will take a consultation to get the business. Okay, that's the same with most people. If they, maybe you're going for the wrong lawyer if you're having to pay for the first consultation because, people in business want the business, and if you're going to have to pay for the business straight up, then and you're not knowing what you're actually paying for, then it's just not that great for business, I don't think. Okay, so does anybody have any more questions or anybody want to share? Okay, so remember, everybody can get to this. I'll just put the link into the chat box so that you can all go in there and get to this so that you can create something for next week. Okay, so try and create something similar to that. Come up with some other creative ideas maybe as well. Another way to capture the lead, or do it in a different industry or a different niche, and really try and think outside the box a little bit so we can get some different ideas out there. Maybe we come across something that's new and exciting, which is why this community is here. Okay, Mac's going to share his mind map and business structure. Okay, so Mac, I'm going to make you a presenter now. So are you ready? Okay, great. So just... Okay, Max, so you should be a presenter now.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you fine. So welcome on, Mac, and thanks for sharing what you've created today.
Okay. Well, I got this mind map for my basic life map done within the first week, and then I've kind of been back in the shadows here of watching these webinars for specific businesses.
Okay, do you want to just, Max, do you want to just start with a little bit about yourself and what you've done?
Yeah, I'm retired, and I'm also running I'm running 2 businesses, and I'm trying to start 2 more.
Yep.
And I'm trying to get everything up and running so that I can really have more time to enjoy myself.
Yep.
So, I came on early in the program, and I shared that I'm 74 years old, and I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, and which is a great place to live, by the way.
Yeah.
But so I think I've got this thing too big. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Let me close out this thing here. Okay, so trying to get down to where, most of this is just fairly generic.
No, it looks pretty good. Just take us through it a little bit.
Okay, so, beginning here at the 50,000 foot level, okay, we've got, basically my purpose and objectives, my basic principles. This was a great exercise, by the way. It was good for me to just put this all down in writing and have it all in front of me at the same time. Otherwise these these items just kind of float through your head a little bit at a time, and you don't really appreciate the impact of all of this till
Yeah,
you
you
put it
definitely need to
down.
be specific on what you're trying to achieve and yeah, what your purposes and principles are, don't you?
Right. So I've got the purpose and principles, and then I've got the vision of what I see coming out of all of it is this is pretty simple. Um, I my mind is pretty sharp as it is. I want to keep it that way. I want my businesses running on autopilot, and that money is just not a problem in my life.
Yep.
So that's kind of as we say, the 40,000 feet that will keep me going.
Yeah.
That's where I'm trying to get to.
Yep.
Okay. And then I have some goals here. That, um, these are some things for my wife and family mostly. Um, and then I've got some specific things like making so much money a month, within the next 6 months. I'm hoping this will come from Commission King.
Yep.
And there's another business that I'm in. There are actually two multi-level marketing businesses that I'm in that I plan to use the capture pages to drive traffic to. And I have not gotten to that because I've been sidetracked doing a succession plan for my existing offline businesses.
Okay.
And it turns out they're fairly complicated. There's just a lot of moving parts in them. And, I wanted to be able to leave a comprehensive plan for, whoever my executive or whoever takes over if something happens to me. Okay, and then get my business ordered. And then this is one of the things, my kind of dream vacations is, there's a couple of things here.
Have you been to Paris before?
Yeah, I've never been to Paris, and I just would like to go.
Yeah, definitely.
And this other thing, taking a scenic trip out west on one of those trains with the view
Yeah.
cars in them that you can see the mountains and all that stuff. So to do all of this is going to take me about $14,000 a month,
Which is
and
achievable.
that's mainly for this. That one's a big one.
Yeah.
Because we need about $250,000 to make that happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's
So
good that you planned it all out. You know exactly what you need to achieve, and it's all very achievable as well.
right, and then I've got the other main thing that I had been working on was the business succession plan, which I will switch to here and just show you more or less what that looks like. I haven't connected all these things. In fact, they're not in the right order yet, but they're all here. That's the important thing, is that I got all the pieces and put them on this page, and then started filling out the each individual item. So what this is a real estate investing business that owns this string of properties down here on the bottom. Okay,
Yep.
so that's a lot of properties, and this is just one of the businesses. There's another one that owns 9. So I was showing the structure of the business. Starting here is just a basic. Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing here. What I did after I drew this diagram was to go back and then just start fleshing out each one of these as to what's going on with the various parts of the business, what it is, why it exists, some of its history, and there's its rationale. This is why that business exists at all. Okay, and then here are some particulars about some of the ways that it runs, and then those are fleshed out as we go through the rest of the thing. These items here, the weekly activities, monthly, annual, those were the most important. This is the day-to-day stuff that someone has to deal with. So
yeah, so somebody
I'll
can
just show
easily
you
come in and have a
the
look at
weekly
the map
ones.
and understand how to run the company, basically.
Exactly. So what I was trying to do was to put it all in one place.
Yeah.
I've uploaded a lot of documentation, leases and contracts and stuff, so that even though they're on my computer, my son can find them right away. So here's all the properties and who's living in them and who you collect rent from and who you get payments from and so on.
Yep.
Some come from property managers, some come from individuals. And then this one is pretty comprehensive. There's a lot to do on an annual basis. And what was amazing to me was, I have to do some legal stuff, and then I have to do some financial stuff, paying property taxes and sending some interest forms to some of my buyers that I'm seller financing homes for. So there's a lot of moving parts in here. And I thought that by breaking it down, I guess I gave the mindset of, what I felt like when I started with this, I was overwhelmed. And so I started building a mind map actually with another piece of software called FreeMind. But FreeMind has some limitations that Google Drawings does not. You can have two boxes leading into the same another box, the same one. But anyway,
Yeah,
just starting to write it all down and get it on paper, and then start to go back and just pick it up one at a time. And with that methodology and a piece of software called Simpleology, allowed me to do my daily targets as to what I wanted to accomplish each day. And then a work habit controller called Pomodoro method. I got through this thing in probably about 3 weeks, and it had been hanging over my head for close to a year.
Yeah,
So
well, that's
I'm
the thing.
very
It's about
pleased
breaking
with.
it down and making it more simple and understanding what you have
Absolutely.
to do. Okay, if you understand,
Yes.
it's difficult to comprehend something when you can't see it. Okay, your
Yes.
mind looks at one thing or two things at once, but when you can see the whole picture, okay, you can break it down. You can focus on one thing at a time and realize you've got these other things to do, but you're not having to keep it all in your mind. Okay, that's the
Right.
thing. Just breaking it down. So you've got it all there. You can look at that. You understand what's going on, where you're at, and where you've got to go next. So that's
Yeah.
just the biggest thing. Okay, so did you have anything else you wanted to share?
No, those are the two main things that I've been working on here, and I've been following what you're doing with the lead capture page. Now that I have this succession plan completed to the point that if something happened to me tomorrow, my son could come in here and run things.
Yep.
Now I'm ready to take on
The
the capture pages and see what I can do with that to
Okay,
help
great.
out my other businesses.
All right, we'll see what you can do with the capture page over the next week, and then maybe we'll have you back on and just show us the capture page, or you can give us the link and we'll share it with the group as well.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so I'm going to take back over the screen now, Mac. But thank you very much
Okay,
for sharing.
you're quite welcome.
Okay, Elle says, gotcha, impressive. Thank you for sharing, Mac. Okay, so I've just got a few questions in here. Okay, so guys said, can you go over from start to finish on one of the webinars how to hook up your capture page to an Aweber account and show how to set up the autoresponder so it will collect the emails into the lists and then start sending out the follow-up emails to the list. That'll be the next step, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this this sequence here, so this sales sequence here. And then what we'll do is I'll go in, I'll show you how to actually, link everything together, create the capture page, integrate the autoresponder opt-in form. Then I'll show you how to do the sequence. So you can see here we're actually collecting leads here with this one. So the next thing to do with the leads is to add them to the autoresponder sequence and actually sell them, send them offers weekly or, monthly, send them some free content, keep up a relationship with the list as well. Okay, so it's not all about just selling. You want to create a relationship that you keep with the list so that the people respect you and that you can continue to sell down the track as well. Okay, so I think we've gotten through everybody's questions. What we're going to do is we're going to end the webinar here today. But thanks everybody for coming on. So next week I will have all of this set up. You'll be able to see how it actually goes through. You'll be able to go through it yourself as well. Okay, and what I want everybody to do is try and create one of these sales funnels as well. Okay, just try and create this map here. And I want to have at least 2 or 3 people that we can share next week. Okay, so who here on the webinar thinks that they'll be able to get this done by next week? This sales funnel map here. Okay, so I want to be able to share it with people so that we can critique it, give them some tips, have a look at the products as well that they're trying to sell, make sure that they are the correct products to follow one after the other. So here, who on the webinar thinks they'll be able to have that done? Okay, great. We've got Dave, who's going to get it done. Steve? One more person. We need to see a flood of yeses, guys. Okay, Carol as well. Okay, just have an attempt at it. For those of you who are, think you might be struggling a little bit, just have an attempt at it. And then if you've got questions, at least if you have an attempt at it, you'll have questions to ask me next week. Okay, so, Jackie came in late. Okay, yeah, we'll put the replay up for you, Jackie, so you'll be able to watch it again. Okay, it's not a big, long webinar this week. Next week, I expect will be a little bit longer. Okay, I'll show you how to set up some of the pages and everything. Okay, so Dave, Steve, and Carol, yeah, hopefully we get some good little sales funnels from you next week. Okay, but yeah, as I said before, for those of you who are a little bit confused or anything, I want you to attempt it. You've got this example here, so you can click on that. You can have a look at that. Okay, even just duplicate it, chuck in some different products, change up the exit pop-up and the one-time offers. Okay, but at least if you have an attempt at it, you'll know what questions to ask me next week. Okay, so we're going to finish up here, everybody. Thank you for coming on, and we'll see you same time next week.